Hello, you guys, and welcome back. It's another episode of Crypto News with Julie Kennis. I'm your host, Julie Kennis. As always, this show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network and sponsored by Cipher. You guys, it is a bullish day in the markets. In fact, we called that target of 81.5 and we smashed it today. Excuse me. Shout out to everyone who's been waiting in the chat so patiently for me. I appreciate you all. Who do we have first? We had Mike Volmer as number one. Hello. Chipper at number two. Peace in my mind. Where were you? You must have been on one of the other apps. Hello, John Legend, the legend. I hope you are doing well today, fam. And Soul, hello, welcome in. Hope you are having a fantastic Tuesday. Poe, man, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Black Cat team, we've got the whole crew in here, minus Brian, you guys. I did. Hello, Mark. Hello, Mark Bass. I hope you're doing well. I did go hunt down Brian yesterday. I was actually this morning. Hello, Shadow Mama. Mama Shadow, welcome in. I did go hunt down Brian. He said he's doing well. He said, yes, I mass quit everything. He's doing a detox. But he's not having any major life crisis, which is what I was worried about. You know, usually when people kind of like quit everything like that, it's like a rage quit and something's going on in their life. And now Brian's okay. Hello, Blocky. Welcome in. Yeah, he just messaged and said, he's taking a little break. And I said, well, you need to hurry back because who else is going to come into my chat and call me skinny fat? No one else is going to come in here and call me skinny fat or something else or some other funny thing. Mike Volmer, you commented again on the video. Yes, you miss him terribly. I know now that you were missing him. You went back and commented on the video of Tiger Woods and how we didn't need to worry about Tiger Woods coming after us because we're not quite fit enough for Tiger Woods. So that's where the skinny fat joke came from. But yes, we miss our Brian. I know. I was in Vegas standing there with Joxie when you commented that on the video. It was actually really funny. It was really funny. You guys, everybody is in Miami right now. Everyone is in Miami right now. I am watching everybody there and I'm just, I will start with saying I have never been to a Solana event and I do want to attend a Solana conference. I have just never been to one. And a lot of the people that I work with are not in the Solana ecosystem. So I've just never really had the opportunity to make it to a Solana event. In addition to that, I feel like they always do it in Miami, and Miami is just not a city for me. I'm watching Leon Abad. He's walking around right now. He's taking a video. It's like his first time in Miami. He's like, I'm here in South Beach and, there's music and there's clubs everywhere. And it's, and you can like hear it in the background. It's like, and it's like daytime, right? He's at the beach in the daytime in his shirt and it's like, 2 buttons are done on it and he's walking around and, oh, the vibes are so great. And, and everybody's just drinking alcohol. I'm just, Miami is not my city. It's not. And I love to put on an outfit and look hot but just the whole vibe of Miami, I feel like everything just revolves around like alcohol. And it's like this part of the city with a lot of alcohol or that part of the city with a lot of alcohol or go get trapped on a yacht with a lot of alcohol. And all of that, I'm just like, Miami I've been before. It's not my favorite place. It kind of feels a little soulless. And then somebody else had posted on the timeline that if one more person tells them that they are launching a prediction market, that they're gonna lose it. So, which it just plays into that, right? You've got like everybody there with the same story, but they're all there doing the same thing, which is drinking too much, going for the free alcohol, which when I go to a conference, I am there to work. I have a plan. I have work I need to get done. And that's why, like in Vegas, when I had the issue with my microphones, like that is like the worst ever. So I was on the fence about getting a new phone and not getting a new phone because I don't want to have to pay for the new device. I think I'm going to have to now though, because the microphone, my little dongle situation, as you guys know, it just didn't work out. And I need to be planning some additional content. When Blocky market. In fact, I want to talk about the Blocky market since Blocky's here. Hey, Blocky. I have a screenshot from Blocky's old live stream when Blocky was going shopping to buy the part of the toilet that was not sealing. And it was Blocky's face with the toilet behind him. And he's like pointing at the seal. Oh. Hold on. Got a phone call coming in. That was really weird. The phone call was coming in to my computer. I could hear it in my head. So, oh my gosh, Blocky, I come across this picture of you with the toilet and I was freaking cracking up and I was going to send it to you and say, Blocky, this is why we need you to live stream again. Nobody else was live streaming themselves in front of a freaking toilet. And you were doing it with such enthusiasm and you were fixing the part and you were getting the job done. I was there for it. I was like, I freaking miss the Blocky live streams. They were a little erratic. Sometimes we'd be chilling and looking at charts. Other times we'd be looking at the prostitutes. You never know what you were going to get on a Blocky live stream. So I'm calling it, Blocky. We need to have you back. We need to have you back. I miss it. I miss the chaos. I miss the chaos. And it could just be that I'm missing Brian too. But I miss Brian too. So, Brian, we are thinking about you. We hope you come back soon. All right. You guys, we do have a show to get into today because I was talking. See, we all miss him. Hint, Blocky. Yeah. I didn't think anyone cared. Honestly, Blocky, we all cared. I have freaking screenshots of your live streams. All right. That's how you know we liked it. So, yeah, no, people care. And I think when I had my moment where I thought, I needed to take a step back. We all have that moment where it's like, why am I even doing this? Okay, Chipper, when is Julia showing up? You guys, I posted about it because people call me Julia. I used to let it slide because my maiden name was Roberts. So my name was Julie Roberts. I understood. I got the big smile. I'm Julie Roberts. You call me Julia. That was fine. Now there's just no excuse. It's Julie E. There's no at the end. It's just Julie E. Anyway. All right, you guys, I'm done being silly. Okay, we do have a show to get into for today. My ADD's all over the place. You guys are typing in the comments and I'm reading that and I'm just not even focused on the show. So guys, as always, this show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network. It is sponsored by Market Cipher because you guys, we're pumped about what's going on in the charts and we're pumped about our Market Cipher tool. So let's go ahead and jump into the crypto charts. You guys, 81.5, no, 81.6, 81.6. We're trying. Are we going to keep going? Look at this on the Market Cipher line down here. Everything is nice and green. We're on a 15-minute Bitcoin chart. Hold on. I got all these pop-ups getting me. So we are looking very, very green. We can see down here, everything is flowing, money flow in the green. RSI line. Things are looking good. So Bitcoin is having a moment. Hold on, I got to get this up. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to see what you guys are saying. Oh my gosh. You guys, this thumbnail of me, I look very sickly in the thumbnail, so I'm going to have to fix that. You guys know that I was dealing with my swollen eye issue. It's still a little swollen. I didn't want to put makeup on today. So I'm looking a little sickly. I promise I'll be back to it tomorrow. So, yes, Bitcoin's having a better day than I am, though. So Bitcoin, it's at 81.6. Things are looking good here in the chart. I pulled this out and I was just happy to see it because when I first pulled in on this chart, I had to like stretch it to get it to where I could see where we were. Because when I first came in here, I'm like looking at it like, okay, that doesn't look too great. But when I tried to look at where we were yesterday, we pull this out, we can see that we've just been in this nice little trend here. Nice little trend upwards. So things have been looking good. Since really yesterday, we've been needing to see that we have confirmation and that we are holding this. And honestly, if we continue to push up here, we could see the next level of support, potentially near 90,000. So we are going to continue to keep all eyes on Bitcoin at the moment. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum because it has not really budged. From yesterday. So taking a look at Ethereum, it's at 2380. I think we were like 2360 yesterday. So Solana, we do have a little bit of upward movement here. So are we going to eventually see $90 Solana again? Are we? So is the jaundice clearing up a bit? I actually thought when I put this green on, maybe if I have green on, that it will make my face look less green or jaundicey. So, oh, Mike Vollmer says, don't fall for the bull trap. I will tell you, Mike Vollmer, I have not fallen for the bull trap. I have not. You guys know I've got some stables that are just waiting, and it's waiting for the pullback. It's waiting for the pullback. I'm not looking to full port here because that would just be irresponsible. We like to wait for pullbacks. So, because there will always be pullbacks. And do I think it's up and away completely for the cycle? No, I really don't. Do we think there will be a 69K Bitcoin again? Potentially. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for one more 69. All right, so moving on. Solana, it's at 86.65. Chainlink has finally had a little bit of upward momentum. Tried to challenge $10. Went all the way up to 980, but it's currently trading at 975. But it's good to see a little bit of upward momentum there. Dogecoin's still hanging on to the 11 cents. Love to see that it's had some upward movement. SPX has finally had a little bit of movement again there on that one. But I will tell you, that was one that I exited, and I have not really done much with my position from there. So, all right, you guys, ADA's 25 cents. There's a lot of inner turmoil going on at Cardano. And you guys, you know I love my Cardano. Cardano's having an identity crisis with the fact that they have midnight. And then there's been all of this funding, which has come from Cardano to push midnight. Ultimately, it feels like midnight is what they originally wanted Cardano to be. In fact, this morning, I was in my Moneta shirt when I woke up this morning, and that is one of the privacy stable coins on Cardano. And so anyway, I love Moneta for being a privacy stable coin. It is one of the only privacy stable coins. So when you take a look at Cardano and you look at the price and you look at the price action, you have to really look at what's going on with Cardano. And Cardano as an entire ecosystem has a lot going on, right? They have built out a ton just in the ecosystem in terms of like stuff. They did sunset the JPEG store, which is really sad. I was friends with the guy at the JPEG store. But ultimately, NFTs haven't really been moving the needle. They haven't been moving the needle. Lately, everybody's talking about stable coins and privacy. And so we have Midnight, we have Moneta, we have all of these things that are also built in on Cardano. So when people are fighting within Cardano, I don't really feel like the price of Cardano is reflective to everything that's actually been built out on it and everything that is still being delivered. The inner turmoil has kind of always been there with Cardano, and I don't know if they'll ever fully shake that until there's more movement, more, there's just not enough, things get built on Cardano, but then there's not enough volume to keep it sustained. And so without the right business model or the ability to continue to cash flow during downturns, this is what you see. So you're going to see companies like JPEG Store who did really well, you know, if they haven't pivoted to prediction markets, which I don't even know if there is a prediction markets on Cardano, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was. So, but here's where we're at with Cardano. I do think Cardano will have a bit of a pump again. Getting back to $3 is going to be a bit of a challenge because now you have other parts of Cardano that are pushing other things in the ecosystem that I think are also good. I think Midnight is very good. I actually think at this point, I would invest more into Midnight than into Cardano. Like I have my Cardano bag, and I'm going to continue to hold it. I never sold it from this last time because I felt like my entry was decent enough. I've told you guys my average price is 33 cents. Technically, I'm upside down on the trade right now. And so DCAing is what I do. Technically, I could put more into ADA at this price. But again, like I'm saying, like at this price, do I want to put more into ADA at 25 cents or would I rather put some into Midnight? Okay. Let's go ahead and move on. Take a look at the crypto bubbles. This is top 100 coins. We have ton is moving. We just had news come out that ton is going to be, it's going to be, that Telegram will be the driving force behind the network. So since this news came out, since there has been this more force coming out saying that these two are going to be powered together, there's been a pump there. So you guys know that I have been on Telegram. I have had my Telegram overtaken. I'm not happy with Telegram right now. Telegram literally made it way too easy for somebody to kick me out of my own account. And so for like a week, I was fighting with whoever these hackers were. They were changing their IP to be from like all these different countries. Like it was this country and then it was that country. And I was changing it and I was changing my password. Somehow they managed to get my password. So every time I changed the password, they immediately had that password and were attempting to kick me out of my account again. And so after about a week of fighting with it, I finally went, you know what? I'm done. And I just deleted it. I removed the account completely. And so I struggle because it's like a lot of people in crypto, they need back channels to work on. Before it was Discord and then it moved to Telegram. And so now we're in this really weird spot where it's like some people are still operating on Discord. Some people are operating on Telegram. I've been completely kicked out of my Telegram. I can't. And I created a wallet. Luckily, there's nothing in it. But like if I had put my money in it, then somebody would have control of my Telegram account with my money in it. So there's issues that I have with that. I like the idea of it. I like the concept of it. There's really great things about it. But right now, I feel like they have things they need to figure out because for someone like me, I'm not going to put any money into an ecosystem where I can have my account so easily hijacked. And I'm not the only one because I saw people on X that were posting the same thing. They were saying the same thing in terms of they were on Telegram, they had their account hacked. So I don't know what it is. I have worked with people like Michael K from Wallet Guard. He has told me things to do to make my accounts more safe. And I have always implemented those tactics on every social media account since. Like usually two-factor authentication type stuff, like you set up your email or your phone number, that actually makes a point of vulnerability and a point of weakness. So I've always been very careful to not tie those things to my social media accounts, but it's important to always revisit security and security measures, especially if we are looking to be moving more into a time where Bitcoin is starting to move up. Then we're going to start to see more scams popping up, more people getting hacked, things like that. So stay safe out there, guys. All right, so everything across the board is pretty much green. I don't think I see a couple of little red ones here, but World Liberty Finance is up 6%. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that after all of the stuff with Justin Sun. And I kind of feel like some of that may be made up. Like, are they really beefing with each other, or are they just like throwing stones to kind of like, I don't know. Maybe they really are suing each other. But it seems weird to me that someone like Justin Sun would have purchased all those coins and not read the fine print in terms of being able to resell those to, let's say, someone like, Binance. So, all right, you guys. So things are looking green in the market. Things are good. So let's go ahead and dive into some breaking news. I'm like, wait a minute, which one am I showing? Share this tab instead. Okay, add it to the stage. All right, you guys, this is the big news of today. I'm not going to go over it too much because everybody is talking about it. Coinbase has cut 14% of its workforce, citing market slump and an AI shift. So Brian Armstrong said Coinbase will flatten management layers and require leaders to work as player coaches under the new structure. So Coinbase will cut about 14% of its workforce, or roughly 700 jobs, as CEO Brian Armstrong moves to make the crypto exchange leaner and more focused on artificial intelligence. Armstrong said in an email to employees that Coinbase is responding to two forces at once: a down market that pressured the company's quarter-to-quarter business, and rapid advancements in AI that are changing how teams work. He said that the company will flatten its organizational structure to a maximum of 5 layers below the CEO and chief operating officer, requiring leaders to act as player coaches rather than pure managers, and concentrate around smaller AI native teams rather than that can use AI automated tools to increase output. So this is where you're starting to see this contraction of workforce where I always like it when a company is not too top heavy, because I have worked at top heavy organizations before, and it's very hard to keep a top heavy organization afloat. So I do like companies that are not too top heavy. With that being said, didn't they pay Kobe like $300 million for his podcast? So if you pay someone $300 million for a podcast, but then you fire 700 people less than a year later, it's a little messed up in my opinion, because it's like you had the money to really keep the team. So it's just sad, because that's 700 people that were potentially higher up, it sounds like, at Coinbase, that are not now all out of jobs. And that's just, it's sad to see. So those affected will be provided with a comprehensive package of support through this transition. It will include 16 weeks of base pay. And then it will also include 6 months of Cobra, which if you guys have ever had Cobra insurance is crazy. It's not really something you can have. So I feel for the 700 people that have all lost their jobs. I feel like, perhaps there's better ways to do it. 700 people at once. It takes I don't know. I feel like it's less emotional, right? If you're letting go 700 people at once, it's not emotional. Like if you're letting go like small groups of people at a time. But when a company is facing downturn and contraction periods, sometimes it allows people a chance to see the writing on the wall and to go look for work while they're still employed. You now have 700 people with really impressive resumes that are all going to be looking for jobs at the same time now. And that makes it a lot more difficult. So I feel for those 700 people that have been let go. So Sad to see, sad to see. And that also is like, hey, with AI, if AI is not going to take your job, the person who knows AI will, right? So, because it's just a matter of time until the tools are all built out. And I think that's really what we're looking at is these tools are all being built out now, but as they get deployed, there's going to be massive layoffs that come down the pipeline, and so it's Coinbase now, but then once Coinbase has built out this AI model, are other people also going to utilize the similar AI model and reduce their business size? Or is this the beginning of more people losing their jobs to AI? And so now it's just more than ever, if you don't know AI, you should be learning AI, because really the people who know AI are going to be the ones who still have a job in the future. Yeah, what about Spirit Airlines? That's just unfortunate. Freaking generational run, no crashes ever. And look at how we repaid them. It's just awful. It's just awful. Don't get me started on Peter Thiel, because I've been like watching clips of Peter Thiel, and now there's stuff that's coming out, his involvement in the files and what that stuff says. And, there really is a desire to majorly reduce humanity size, I feel like. And then this just whole uploading your consciousness to the cloud and living forever, like, why? I really feel like, what if you genuinely are like trapped there forever, and then you decide that you don't like being trapped in a computer, but now you're literally there forever, indefinitely, as I don't know, like a computer program. We live in really weird times right now. And I feel like that's why a lot of like the news cycle seems really weird and stale. Like, I feel like everybody's all talking about the same thing because we don't really know what's coming next. It's just really weird times that we live in. So anyway. Okay, moving on. This is a dusting off of this old case. U.S. prosecutors ask for leniency for ex-Celsius exec, citing cooperation. So, while the lawyers have asked for time served, U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton was unspecific in the federal government's recommendation, requesting that the judge defer to sentencing guidelines. So, federal prosecutors are recommending a lighter sentence for Ronnie Cohen-Pavin, the former chief revenue officer of the defunct cryptocurrency lending platform Celsius. In a Monday letter filed to the U.S. District Courts of New York, U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton cited Cohen-Pavin's substantial assistance to the government by being prepared to testify against former Celsius CEO Alex Mashinsky. Prosecutors did not request a specific amount of time for the former chief revenue officer to spend in prison, instead asking that the judge to consider the sentencing guidelines for an appropriate sentencing reduction for a defendant who has rendered substantial assistance. So as soon as he pled guilty, Cohen's cooperation was public and known to Mashinsky, said Clayton. So Cohen's cooperation was a significant factor in Mashinsky's decision to plead guilty a few months prior to his January 2025 trial. So it'll be interesting to see, will they go easy on him because of the fact that he ended up coming out and saying, hey, this is what's going on. And this is where whenever you have one person go down, it just takes one person to go and speak and be the person to say to authorities, hey, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. And then they get off easier. So, is this something that we're going to continue to see more of in the future? I think right now we're looking at like really crypto friendly leadership in the country, and it could change as things progress. So All right, no new trial for the former FTX CEO. Let's see. Sam Bankman-Fried, he's been requesting a new trial. He has not been allowed a new one, but all of these crypto executives are trying to get out of jail free with seeing how Trump is running the country and is so friendly to the government or to the crypto industry. Oh my gosh. Mama Shadow says, I flew Spirit 48 hours before they shut down. Lucky to get home. I'm glad you made it home. That is great. I had a friend who was stuck in Vegas, went to Vegas for the Bitcoin conference, and Spirit shut down and he was stuck there. Had to find a way out. So imagine that. I just can't. The worst case scenario, in my opinion, would be like if you were mid-flight, like say you were, in the middle of flying and you stopped at your layover, and at the layover, they said, nope, we're done. And then you had to find a way out from there. That would be wild. But yeah, 48 hours before, oof, thank goodness you were able to get home. So crypto fear and greed index turns neutral for the first time since January. Is 100,000 Bitcoin next? So improving investor confidence supports Bitcoin's hold at 80,000 as the crypto fear and greed index exited the extreme fear zone and now reads neutral. Are the bulls back in control? I think we know Mike Vollmer is not too bullish on this one. So the index move to 50 marks its first neutral score since mid-January and follows a steady recovery in the total crypto market capitalization, which rose about 5.5% in May. Since March, the market has expanded 16.5%, climbing to 2.6 trillion from 2.2 trillion. So the positive shift sentiment aligns with Bitcoin's attempt to stabilize above 81,000 level. Crypto analyst Dark Force noted that Bitcoin sentiment is turning more constructive as the price tests higher levels. The analyst added that separate sentiment index ranging from negative 100 to positive 100 has also edged into the greed zone, indicating that investor confidence is improving with growing preference to hold Bitcoin rather than exiting positions. So, also, stablecoin outflow may stall momentum. Binance stablecoin net flows have recorded a cumulative outflow of 11.8 billion since April 25. This metric tracks movement of stablecoins into and out of the exchange, as it often used as a proxy for available buying power. Positive net flows signal capital entering the exchange, often associated with accumulation, and negative net inflow indicates capital leaving, which can reduce liquidity on spot crypto purchases. So, recent data shows sustained drainage phase with daily outflows exceeding 1.5 billion across multiple sessions. Earlier in April, Binance saw consistent inflows as Bitcoin climbed from 74,000 to 78,000. That inflow cycle has now reversed. So, all right, you guys, that's where we're at. Things are looking slightly better there. Let's see if I got anything else on the news cycle for you today. Let's see. Bitcoin short liquidations put Bitcoin to a multi-month high. Everything is looking bullish, guys. So that is the news for today. I will be back tomorrow. You guys, tomorrow at 9 a.m., I have a special live stream. I am going to be joined with Artifact. They are gaming and they have some mint coming up, which is a really cool, it looks like a loot box. So we're going to have the founder on. I'm super excited. He's joining us from Dubai. So I'm working really hard to get this time zone all coordinated with you guys. So if you guys are available at 9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow, that'll be 12 Eastern time, come join me because it's going to be good. I'm excited to have him join me. I was talking to Joxie. I've talked to some other people that have done gaming. Everyone is very familiar with Artifacts, so I'm super pumped to have them on. So come join me, and then I will be back again at 1 o'clock Pacific time for Crypto News with Julie Kennis. So smash the subscribe if you're new here. I will catch you all on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.